Hello everybody, I'm Cobblestone20 and today I've got something pretty cool to show you. So, a while back, you might remember I created chocMilk in Minecraft and I decided to redo that, come back to it and take another look and improve the system because, let's be honest, getting an orange potion isn't exactly the same experience as getting chocMilk. Look, we've got it here in this bottle, or well, this cup, and then we can bring it up to our mouth, and we lift up the drink, and we can just left click on our mouth, and we will get the exact same effect as in the first video, but this time it is better because we've got the actual icon. Also, another thing I improved is that if you put cocoa beans over there and milk over there, they will not combine. Because in the past, if one guy was on the other side of the world, and another person had like milk on, like, if one person was like a million blocks that way, and the other person was like a million blocks that way, this guy was, you know, chopping some cocoa beans off the trees, and the other guy was milking his cows with a full inventory, and then he accidentally drops a milk bucket on the floor, whereas this guy, he's way over here, he's punching off the trees, bam, 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 cocoa bean drops. And then all of a sudden, these two items will just spontaneously combine and form into chocMilk, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So now I've actually improved it so they need to be right near each other. And yeah, when they are, then you'll get the drink. Now, you can clearly see that the chocMilk drink is a player skull. It's very obvious. Look, here it is. It's a cube. It even says Minecraft skull, but there's something that is very, very, very amazing about this skull, and that is that it's not owned by a Minecraft account. It's not owned by anyone. It is literally an image converted into the game. No one owns this skull. Like, I drew a net of this in paint.net. And you can too in whatever editing program you like. Then I uploaded it to Google Images. Then I copied the URL. And then I went to a website called dragnoz.com. He's a great guy. He's a great YouTuber. And I was able to use his system to convert an image URL into an actual item in Minecraft. This is very, very cool. If people ask for it, I guess I could do a tutorial on it, but Dragnoz has already made a nice tutorial, and you can check that out. Link will be in the description below. This is fantastic. This is a fantastic thing. Never been seen before, and I'm amazed to use it. And I will definitely and very hopefully do a lot more with these things in the future. In the past, people had to pay $40 to get a skin like this. Now they don't. So, now that I've gotten that massive bombshell of information out of the way, I guess I'll just move on to explaining the commands. So, let's take a look at what scoreboard objectives we've got here. List, there we are. So, we've got drinking, milk, chocMilk, and cocoa. So, basically, here we are. So, I'll start with the clock. This block below here, this command block here, says set the block above to air, which is this block. This command block says set the block below to redstone block, which is this block again. So they're just counteracting each other and repeatedly replacing this block. The same goes for this one and also this one as well. They're all just three very fast clocks called one-tick clocks or redstone block clocks. So now we've got these three command blocks which are deciding which item is which. So I'll start with this scoreboard milk. So we're just saying set everyone's, or all entities, which are items, set their milk score to 1, as long as their data matches that their ID is milk bucket. So basically, anything that's a milk bucket gets given a score of 1. So if I can just show that here, I'll set that display to the sidebar, and it will be milk. So if I drop this milk bucket, you can see that's the UUID of that item. And then we drop another, you can see we've got 2 UUIDs. I can pick that up, I can pick the other one up, I can pick them both up. That just defines what item milk is. Then we've got the exact same thing for cocoa beans. So that just says scoreboard players set everything that's an item, set their cocoa score to 1. Do this for all items which have the ID of die, because cocoa beans are actually die, damage 3. Because if I hover over this cocoa bean, it says Minecraft : die, but you'll also see that it's number 051, which is the old way of defining what item it is, /3. That means damage value 3. So, for example, where's another kind of die? Purple die. That's the same ID, but it's got a different damage. So you can see it's number 0351, and it's die. And this is 0351, and it's die as well, but it's 3, and that's 5. That's just that system. And then deciding what is chocMilk, a dropped item of chocMilk. So that scoreboard players set everything that's an item, set their chocMilk score to 1. If their ID is a skull, damage 3. So I haven't gone into detail here. I could go even further and say, as long as the image, as long as the skull owner is, you know, this. But I'm not going to do that because this is just a concept. And then what's this? So we've got, yeah, I think this is a good point to continue to. So this is another one of those clocks. We've got, this is the entity data command. Now, we're saying execute at everything that is cocoa, change its entity data, or change the entity data of everything that's milk, that is like on the same block, very, very close. Now change its item ID to skull, change its damage to 3S, change its tag to display name chocMilk. Now here is where things get complicated. Change its skull owner to properties, textures, value, blah 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 blah, and it's done. So that is basically the text required to define which pixels are where and what colors and all that, I think. So obviously it's impossible to handwrite that. That is just lunacy to learn how that works and then handwrite every single letter. So yeah, as I said, I'd recommend, and what I've been doing is, what you do is you draw it up in paint.net, following like a skin net, using like basically you can open your skin and check out what your head looks like, where all the blocks are, and then you'll be able to figure it out, and you can draw up a new image that has similar blocks to that, and then you're gonna upload that to Google Images. I'm not sure. I think you may need a Google account basically, but I can't be certain because I just did it logged in. And then you're gonna right-click on that image using Windows. I don't know what you would do if you're on Mac. Then you would get the image URL and copy that, and then you would paste it into Dragnoz's skull converter thingy, which I'll put a link to in the description so that you can check that out and make your own custom skulls. So yeah, that's that. Then killing the cocoa beans, that's just saying executed everything that's chocMilk, kill everything that's cocoa beans in a radius of 1. I may as well technically make that 0 to be even more precise. And then this is a system very similar to the one that I used in food, like custom foods. And that system in itself is very similar to the one that I used in Space Helmets. So check those videos out if you want to see how the system works, but I'll still explain it. So basically this is using the scoreboard objective drinking. So /scoreboard objectives set display sidebar drinking. So I'm the only person with a drinking score, and it's going down very, very, very rapidly. So let me just, bam, combined. So now my score is just going down, which means I am not drinking. But watch my scoreboard, or like watch the scoreboard on the side as I put this on. I left click and bam, it gets set back to 0, and then it continues counting down. So basically, that's what this part does. So we're saying give an effect to all. No, wait, that's not a good place to start. This is a good place to start. So basically, we're saying set everyone's drinking objective to 1, as long as their slot 103B, which is their head slot, has in it a skull, which is called chocMilk. Again, I could have gone into much more detail and said it has to precisely be, you know, that kind of head, and it has to precisely meet this stuff, but I'm not going to do that. And then we've got subtract score, which says remove all entities 1 from drinking. Now, these two happen at the same time, so we set their score to 1 and then subtract 1. So anyone who literally has just left-clicked has a score of 0, right? Now we say that anyone who has a score of 0 gets the effect of 1, which is speed, for 25 seconds and level 5, which is technically level 4, but that's just Minecraft potion effects for you. And then true. That means there are no particles displaying. So if I drink or if I use a normal potion, you'll see I've got like particles appearing. But if I can just drink this milk, then you'll see that I don't have particles appearing when I drink this chocMilk, because it doesn't actually apply a potion effect to you in real life, does it? It's not like that's real. Like that's not how things work. Anyway, then this is what removes it from your head. So we're saying replace item entity. We're doing this to everyone who has a drinking score of 0, as in they just left-clicked on their head with the chocMilk. We're replacing their slot.armor.head with air, so basically nothing. And yeah, that is basically it. So I pretty much just improved my chocMilk system. I gave it a massive upgrade, and I've wanted to do this for a long time, but I just couldn't find the chocMilk head, and so I couldn't do it. But then I learned that you could draw your own heads and do all that uploady stuff that I told you about, and so I was able to build this new upgraded system. So as always, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, then give it a like. If you want to see more, then maybe subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye!